The Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz has stated that the Israeli army is preparing to prevent events similar to those of October the 7th in the West Bank. Katz claimed that the West Bank has become a central threat to Israel and emphasized that Israel is preparing a strong response to the escalating threat to residents of the West Bank settlements. An Israeli airstrike on Tubas, north of the occupied West Bank, has killed 3 Palestinians, including 2 children. Local resources reported that the airstrike targeted a residential area in the town of Tamoun. Earlier this morning, the occupation forces stormed the town of Tamoun, deployed snipers and infantry in several parts of it, claiming to have struck a terrorist cell. The Israeli occupation forces have detained over 45 people from the occupied West Bank during the last 24 hours. The detainees included former detainees, a woman and a child. Local media reported that the detention operations were accompanied by widespread abuse and assaults against detainees and their families. Additionally, the occupation forces intensified field investigations in the town of Sair. And in Gaza, Nasser Medical Complex in Khan Yunis, South Gaza, has announced that the health services will be suspended with the exception of intensive care and operations departments due to the fuel shortage crisis. The statement warned of a humanitarian and health disaster that threatens the lives of patients by suffocating them in intensive care beds, noting that the complex's generators have completely stopped and that only a small generator is working now. The medical complex pointed out that the amount of fuel in the complex is sufficient to operate the small generator for only 3 hours, stressing that the complex needs 5,500 liters of diesel per day to ensure the continuation of medical services. Several Palestinians have been killed and many were injured in the 460th day of the ongoing Israeli aggression on Gaza. Palestinian media reported that the occupation forces have targeted shelters and uninhabited homes in Khan Yunis. They also bombed a home in the Sheikh Radwan area of North Gaza. Israeli occupation warplanes have bombed a school housing displaced people in Jabalia, killing 4 Palestinians and injuring several others. Local media also reported that occupation forces continued their artillery shelling of Tal el-Hawa neighborhood southwest of Gaza City and bombed a family home, killing an infant. Gaza-based health authorities have confirmed that Palestinian death toll from the ongoing Israeli aggression on Gaza Strip has surged to over 45,900, with more than 109,000 others wounded. They added that the Israeli occupation army committed 6 massacres against families in the Gaza Strip over the past 24 hours, killing 51 Palestinians and injuring 78 others. The United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestine Refugees has stated that hospitals in Gaza have become death traps. In a post on X, it explained that families in Gaza are torn apart and children are freezing to death with starvation cutting lives short. Additionally, the statement urged for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza Strip. The British Foreign Office has stated that Israel's decision to ban the activities of the United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestine Refugees should not come into effect. They added that the UNRWA has a clear authority and its work is absolutely essential to support Palestinian refugees and provide aid and services. The The International Court of Justice has announced that Ireland has joined South Africa's genocide case against Israel. In a brief press statement, the ICJ said that Ireland had on Monday joined Nicaragua, Colombia, Mexico, Libya, Bolivia, Turkey, the Maldives, Chile, Spain, and the State of Palestine in asking to intervene in the case. South Africa first filed its case against Israel in December 2023, accusing the country of committing genocide during its ongoing offensive in the Gaza Strip. Israel has denied that it is engaged in genocide and continues to fight South Africa in court. Palestinian women in QNews searched through rubble, collecting tiles and any materials they could salvage from homes destroyed by Israeli strikes. A mother said she would use the tiles to reinforce the floor of her makeshift tent to protect her family from rain. Another woman mentioned finding wood, which she would use for heating or cooking. The misery of the displaced is worsened by winter's harsh cold as they endure Israeli attacks with little shelter or warmth.